Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be doing manga explanation of One Piece chapter 1138. Harley, kindly like and share, subscribe my channel, it motivates me to make more videos. Majority of you have not subscribed my YouTube channel, kindly do for more videos on other animes too. Chapter starts where last one ended. Loki is conscious and asks Shamrock, "You're the spitting image of red-haired Shanks. Did you really think I'd just write that off as a coincidence?" Shamrock is irritated while Gunko says, "Mind your own business. That matter has nothing to do with you. Loki, you're not wrong, but a great pirate and a celestial dragon. They're polar opposites. You can't blame me for being curious. Anyone would find it strange that you two share the same face." Shamrock replies, "The pirate you're referring to is my younger twin. He went astray. At one point, he did return to the Holy Land, but it seems he grew too attached to the filthy world of the surface." "Loki, he returned? I see. It's funny how I ended up hating both of you brothers. And I thought my grudge couldn't get any worse. What a family. You bastards. When I get out of these chains, you know what I'll do, right? I'll make it my mission to make sure my buddies are avenged." In the background, all of his tamed pets are seriously injured. Shamrock in rage asks, "Was that supposed to be a threat?" Gunko says, "Captain, you don't have to." Shamrock replies while bringing out his sword out, "I know. He isn't worth getting my hands dirty over. Isn't that right, Cerberus?" Loki is shocked while the sword changes to three-headed Cerberus. Shamrock pulls out his sword and a three-headed huge dog called Cerberus grows out from it. We don't know yet if it's an Akuma no Mi power or not. This Cerberus is similar to Moria's zombie, but looks much more threatening. It has black clouds floating around its neck and three swords come out from each of the three mouths. Loki shouts, "What the hell is that?" while Cerberus smiles. Shamrock replies, "It's my biting blade." It heads towards Loki. Loki shouts, "What's with this creepy thing?" Shamrock orders three Cerberus heads to fly away from its body, while Gunko creates a huge bird with her arrows. Gunko says, "Captain, let's clean up here and move on." Shamrock says, "Scramble." Before leaving, Shamrock makes Cerberus' body turn back into sword. He and Gunko then jump on the arrow bird and fly away. The three Cerberus heads, with the swords on their mouths, spin in the air and fly towards Loki at full speed. Shamrock says, "Feel free to hunt me down any time. I'll face you then, assuming you survive this." Loki breathes heavily. "Those celestial bastards." Two heads hits him. Damn it all. Loki sees the third head. "You've got to be kidding me. No way. If that thing gets me." All of them hits Loki. Back to God Knights. Shamrock and Gunko talk as they fly away from the underworld. Shamrock says total subjugation isn't feasible now. "Let's start by taking their children hostage. We'll need an extra person." Gunko asks, "Understood. Who shall I call?" Cut to the Orist Castle. Luffy and his group are talking to the giant guards Luffy found in the last chapter. The guards in castle tell them, "I'm telling you, it was red-haired Luffy," and Rage shouts, "Liar. Shanks would never attack for no reason." The guard replies, "It's the truth. I saw him with my own eyes. Red Hair has visited Elbaf many times. I recognized him." Luffy says, "But I know Shanks. He's a super cool guy. Maybe it was just someone who looked like him." Guard says, "It was shocking. We were wondering what he was doing in the castle." Zoro says he just left Elbaf recently, right? Wouldn't it be weird for him to come right back just to skulk around? Luffy, even if you're telling the truth, there's no way it could be Shanks. Shanks is always calm and laid back. Him doing something like this just doesn't add up. Nami says while laughing, "Hee hee, you really have faith in him, huh?" Luffy shouts, "You betcha. Nami, it'd tick you off just as much if someone badmouthed Telmir." Nami replies, "It's Belmir San. The Gants say so. It was a look-alike? That, or a brother maybe. Shanks' brother? Well, if he has one, he'd probably be a nice guy too." Luffy, "But honestly, he never talked about his family. I heard that he was raised on a pirate ship from when he was little." I figure Roger and Rayleigh were his real family, their whole crew, except for Buggy. As Luffy talks about the Roger pirates, scene immediately changes to the mysterious man we saw a few chapters ago. We can only see him from behind, but he's the same person who was drinking with Crocus in Chapter 631 cover. The mysterious man is walking toward the Orist Castle. He's very close to the main door. Cut to Frankie. He's examining Treasure Tree Adam with Ripley. Frankie sees a huge tree. We can't see it yet. Frankie. Unbelievable. Adam would as far as the eye can see. And I thought it was meant to be rare. Ha ha ha. Wow. I had no idea it was so valuable overseas. Ripley, while holding Frankie like a doll, says, maybe should start selling some on the side. Frankie replies, weren't you sent here to keep an eye on me? Saul seemed pretty strict about it. He was all like, it's a sacred tree, bucko. Don't go cutting it down now, you hear? Ripley and laugh says, ha, you sound just like him. Frankie says, still, I guess stealing from under the noses of giants is a tall order. Maybe that explains the markup. What's that? It's a mural. Ripley. It's graffiti from eons ago. Some kids probably etched right into the bark and it got fossilized. It's now designated as a cultural heritage site thanks to its enormous historical value. Frankie. Is a punk's doodle that big a deal? Ripley. It's said to date back somewhere between 900 and 800 years ago. If that's true, then that would place it right in the middle of the Void Century. Frankie is shocked. He says she'll be thrilled. We gotta show Robin. Hey, ain't this drawing kinda odd for old Elbaf? Not all the figures look like giants. Ripley, quite. As far as we know, there were definitely times where the races of the world clashed, but this kind of cooperation is unheard of. That's why I think IT was probably just some kid's dream. Cut now to Walrus School. We see children playing and Ange teaching class. In the Owl Library, Saul brings out Harley book with Elbaf's sacred texts to show Robin. It's an extremely old book that has a sun symbol in the cover, like the symbol we saw in Kuma's church during his flashback. Robin. So this is the Harley. Saul. This pretty tome here preserved many of the rich myths and legends of Elbaf, although IT spawned countless interpretations too. Chopper. Whoa. It's so big and old. Giant dust. Saul. That's why. All the warriors of Elbaf believe in very different versions of the sun god. Ain't that the funniest thing ya ever heard? Robin. May I read it? Saul. Of course. The narrative is split into 3 distinct sections. It's said that the third world refers to the present day, meaning it's a type of prophecy. Mind you, legends of Nika have spread silently all over the world. The only thing they all have in common is that he appears with a booming laugh to this beat. We see Saul dancing like Nika and singing. Robin says, hee hee. I'll read aloud then. The first world. The earth burned in endless flame, and the hearts of men. In the absolutely epic final double page of the chapter, we see full mural drawing with Harley text.
The first world, the earth burned on endless flame, and in the hearts of men burned with desire. From whispered prayers. The sun god rose beckoned by the enslaved who reached for the forbidden star. The god of the land was enraged with a serpent of fire. They cast the world into ruined darkness, fell death revened. They would not meet again. The second world, a breath stirred in the abyss. The god of the forest wove their magic, nurturing its devils while the sun lit the embers of war. Those of the half-crescent and full moons dreamed. Yet the ones who slew the sun deified themselves, evoking the wrath of the sea god. They would not meet again. The third world, chaos reigns. The world drifts in a void, yet time does not erase the memory of the promised day. Its shadow looms as the voice of the half-moon echoes through the ages, and once more the sun god shall rise, laughing, dancing, coiting the world to its final act. The sun is reborn, a new dawn will break, surely this time they will meet. Treasure Tree Adam is in the center of the mural, and it divides mural into 2 parts. Above the there is a winged monster/demon that spits fire from its mouth. In the right side of the mural we can see several things. On one side we see a great city attacked by a massive serpent, and on the other side we see an ark with a king, angels, and animals. In this part we can also see a moon and some people making offerings that look like stars. This last part is similar to paintings that Enel found in the moon. In the left side of the mural we can see a big battle. Here we can see Nika, or Joyboy, fighting against a huge winged demon that has the sun in its hands. Nika is fighting alongside giants, one of them with horns, samurai, Lunarians, minks, a mermaid princess accompanied by sea creatures, angels, a robot similar to Emeth, and a lot of ships with humans. One of them seems to be from Arabasta. One Piece Chapter 11:38 End.